Hello, this is just a quick example of how comparison bars work. It says at the top that these are all going to be compare problems. So if you know they're going to be compare problems, one step that's taken away is what type of problem is it. In second grade so far we've focused on part-to-part total and compare problems. So I'm going to go ahead and read the problem. Darnell has 6 pens. That's 5 fewer pens than Natasha. How many pens does Natasha have? Okay, so I know it's a compare bar problem, so I'm just going to draw all these compare bars. The way these work, the one on top is the greater amount, the one on bottom is the lesser amount, and then the one that's different, which is the circle, is the difference. Okay, and so if I know it's a compare problem, what I'm really looking for is what am I comparing? In this particular problem, I'm comparing Darnell and Natasha and the amount of pens that they have. One quick trick I do is I'll read the problem. Darnell has 6 pens. That is 5 fewer pens than Natasha. How many pens does Natasha have? And I'll try to find the sentence that's talking about what the difference is. And usually, if I take out this number, it's a little easier for me to tell who has the more or who has fewer pens in this case. This is what I'm talking about. That is fewer pens than Natasha. That is, which is Darnell's, is fewer than Natasha's. So I'm just kind of reading it first, just worrying about who has the lesser or who has the greater amount, just working on these labels here. That is fewer than Natasha. So that means Natasha has to be the greater amount. If she has the greater amount, then Darnell has to have the lesser amount. Usually in this same sentence here, my difference will be outlined. That's 5 fewer. How many fewer? 5. And then if I go back, it will tell me here that Darnell has 6 pens. So this sentence helps me most with the labels. Once I have the labels, it's just a matter of filling it in. Darnell has 6. And then I'm looking for Natasha's. How many does Natasha have? Now, the way these work is if you have this amount, and this is missing, you're always going to add. If this is missing, you'd subtract. If this is missing, you'd subtract. So in this case, I would add 6 plus 5 is 11. So the answer to this problem is 11 pens. And I always like to go back and just reread the problem to see if it makes sense. Darnell has 6 pens. That's 5 fewer pens than Natasha. How many pens does Natasha have? 11. That makes sense to me because Natasha, we already talked about, had more. So I just wanted to do one quick example that you can look at home if the kids need to. So thank you.